Protect your business from the fastest growing crime of the 21st century. Find out here. You're watching Technology Review. Hi, and welcome to another episode of Technology Review for March 10th, 2017. I'm your host, Mac Jackson Jr. Technology Review is a show that helps educate and informs you on today's technology, but it also gives you tips and techniques to protect yourself, your family, from the fastest growing crime of the 21st century, and that is identity theft and fraud. Every 2 seconds, someone has their identity stolen by a cyber hacker. Did you know that over 16 million new victims and rising are reported to law enforcement every year regarding a cyber crime or identity theft? According to the Federal Trade Commission and the Justice Department, identity theft and cyber crimes are the fastest growing types of crimes of the 21st century. Hi, my name is Mac Jackson Jr. I'm a cybersecurity expert, compliance officer. My background is in law and business consulting. My programs and services and speaking presentations to audiences will help mitigate the damages of identity theft and fraud. We don't have to be a victim. We hear about these cyber attacks and data breaches from around the world that affected governmental agencies and corporate businesses and individuals and families like yours. But with a little bit of knowledge and a couple of common sense things, we can protect ourselves and not let these cyber attackers take our information. Before we get started, I'd like to thank everyone who's helped make this show possible. That includes our guests, includes our audience members from around the world, and I'd like to give you guys a quick shout out. Let's say hi to Kim, to Anna. Anna, that's great, Anna from Czechoslovakia. Definitely appreciate that. We have Sophia, Rick, Ellen, Barbara, and the Lancaster family. That's right. Thank you guys from around the world. Thank you again for being a part of our show, Technology Review. We're here every Friday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on WCOBM.TV network. Absolutely. If you happen to miss any of our episodes, you can find them on demand by going to my website at macjacksonjr.com, clicking on the far right link that says Technology Review Show, and you'll be able to see all the archives of our show. We're also on YouTube as well. You can look at the YouTube channel and watch our shows there also. I want to thank our sponsors for making our show possible as well. Let me give them a shout out. We have some awesome sponsors, and some of them include CenturyLink, Nevada Bankers Association. We have InSync Virtual Desktop Solutions. We have Turin Consulting Group, Viking Technology Partners, MJ Computer Concepts, Asim Cyber Group, and New Horizons Learning Group. Thank you guys. This is just some of our sponsors. Really appreciate it. If your company would like to reach our viewing audience, you can do that too by going to my website, macjacksonjr.com, or contact my offices at 702-868-0808. That's 702-868-0808, and one of our representatives will talk to you about becoming a sponsor of our show to reach our audience and our demographics here. Or if you'd like to book me to speak to your organization or your next corporate meeting to discuss cybersecurity and cybersecurity awareness to your group, which is very, very important in education, definitely contact our offices and we can arrange for that as well. Also want to make another note that we are in the development of a pre-release of my book that's coming out very, very soon here on protecting your family from identity theft, a comprehensive guide of how to protect your family from identity theft. We have put together all of our stories, all of our case studies that we have collected over the last 20 years, and we're going to come up with put them in the book and have this available. So if you'd like to pre-order that, you can do that as well. Go to my website, macjacksonjr.com, and click on store and pre-order your book from our store there. Simple, easy to do. Okay, in today's episode, we're going to talk about understanding identity theft, what it is cybercrimes, and what you can do to protect yourselves. We'll then move into business solutions, things that are affecting companies, why companies are the number one source of identity theft, and things companies can do. In a new tech gadget, we'll talk about apps you should have on your smart devices to protect yourself from identity theft and fraud. And then in our new energy technology, which we call the green energy technology, we'll talk about green energy, and we have an interesting robot romance story too to talk about in that segment, so definitely stay tuned for that. In our first segment, we talk about identity theft and fraud, what it is, and why is it important to you. Again, the definition of identity theft is when someone wrongfully acquires and obtains another person's personal identifiable information and uses it in a way that involves deception or fraud without the other person's knowledge or understanding. Okay, that is identity theft. And again, I mentioned personal identifiable information. Now, that has happened for years it's happened before computers, but now with technology it's getting more pervasive, and technology is making it easier for anonymous thieves to acquire and steal information. But I also want to make note of an interesting story that has come out in the last couple of days on the news regarding our CIA. It was information that the CIA has tools that they use to track bad guys, right? Making sure that they're tracking bad guys. Well, those tools have been hacked into by an anonymous group. We're not sure who that is, but the information was sent to another hack-a-fist, if you would, company called WikiLeaks. You may have seen it on the news, WikiLeaks and the CIA. What WikiLeaks have done is release documents that has demonstrated in detail how the CIA has used their counter-cyber terrorist techniques to spy and surveil on individuals through their webcams and their smartphones. This information is not good to give out, and it was given out to the public and to WikiLeaks, and it's been going through right now from law enforcement to see if this information can jeopardize or compromise any current or even past information that the CIA has been using. So how does it affect you? Well, according to this information, if you have a smart device like a smartphone or a webcam, your webcam can be hacked into and turned on without you noticing it. Yeah, it's really interesting. We've been talking about that technique for years in the show. We recommend that individuals should have their webcam cameras covered with tape or a sticky device, and when they need to use it, they will take it off and clean their camera lens and do the recordings and cover it back up, because the webcams and smartphones have been hacked into because of it. So that's just one aspect of it. And this is a huge story right now, and it's all over the media. If you haven't got a chance to look at it, just Google it, CIA and WikiLeaks, and you'll be surprised to see that. But if you're one of our listeners and our viewers with our show here and my radio show that I've done, so for the last 5-6 years, getting this information out to the media, these are things that we've talked about as well. So find out more. The best way to do this, folks, is to be informed and educated. Let me give you some more information on identity theft. I preach this all the time, and I'd like you to tell somebody as well. Make sure you run a credit check on your credit, your Social Security number. If you see anything suspicious, report it to law enforcement, report it to the credit reporting agencies immediately, and have them do research on it to find out if it belongs to you. If it doesn't belong to you, they can take it off. If it doesn't belong to you, they can take it off your credit. It's very important that you do that. Check your reports always 4 times a year. Every 4 months, contact one of the 3 credit reporting agencies. All right, so those are some of the things you can do to protect yourselves. But I also want to let you know, again, I'm emphasizing the importance of education. You have to be aware of what's going on. I heard a talk show host a couple days ago say a phrase called "stay woke." Yes, we need to stay woke in our political climate now and what's going on with information. We need to stay woke and be on top of what's going on. So you can do that too, folks. One of the ways you can do that is be part of our cybersecurity awareness education program. You can do that by go to my website. I'm on Facebook at facebook.com/Technology Review TV. That's facebook.com/Technology Review TV. You can find me on Twitter at twitter.com/MacJacksonJR. Twitter.com/MacJacksonJR. On my website at MacJacksonJr.com. Remember to click on our store to pre-order our book, and also click on our show to see episodes of our show. Any comments you have, or if you know somebody that's been may have had their identity stolen or have questions about their security, have them contact me and we'll talk about that. We'll give them some recommendations, a way to protect themselves. it is very, very important that we make sure we get this information out, because it's harder for hackers to hack people who understand what's going on. They're looking for people who don't understand what's happening with their credit and with their personal identifiable information out there in the blogosphere or on the internet. So that's what we do on this show, is protecting everyone. So I definitely look forward to that, and I'd like you to continue watching our show. In our next segments, we have some great things to share with you. We'll be right back here, folks, after these messages.